It's Thanksgiving dinner and you just finished your big feast. Everyone's sitting around, hanging out, and you're getting a little bored. So what do? Play a board game, of course. Board games have been a great source of entertainment for generations. In fact, did you know that board game sales have increased by over 20% in the last year alone? Tony Hames, director of a gaming expo in the UK, says that while the internet is a great thing, hanging out with friends and family, having time away from computers and phones is a great thing, and it's something board games let us do. Today we are going to explore why board games are making a resurgence with online retailers and board game cafes. Isn't it crazy that in our 21st century digital world, we still come back to these very much not digital games? Jack Hutchcraft, author of an article named "It's Official, Everyone, Board Games Are Cool Now," so at first it strikes me as odd that we are apparently in the midst of a widespread board game revivalism. Why would people be so enthralled with these stationary bits of plastic and card when they have all these expansive worlds to interact with? Unfortunately, we can't really describe why it's happening, but we sure can guess. Most people think it's a combination of technology overload and nostalgia, but I think there's a third reason. Social interaction. With a tend towards social media and online multiplayer instead of in-person community play, it becomes natural for people to want greater connections. Tim Cross, author of an article, "Welcome to the Golden Age of Board Games," brought to you by the internet, that this slow triumph of what used to be considered nerd culture, think smartphone gaming or Game of Thrones on television, has given adults permission to engage in pastimes that used to be looked upon as juvenile. For instance, a game called Settlers of Catan won Game of the Year in 1995, and since then has transformed from a niche game played by few to a game that has sold over 13 million copies, which is comparable to what Scrabble or Monopoly has sold in that same amount of time. Another thing that's bringing the board game boom is board game cafes. These cafes are places where staff can not only serve you food, but give you suggestions on games you can play, such as how many people are in the group, how old they are, and how long they have to play. You can find anyone at these board game cafes, anyone from 2-year-olds to 60-year-old grandpas. Not only is this a great place for adults as well, but it's also a place for teens to hang out after school. Like I said, everybody is playing these games. Anyone from 60-year-old grandpas to newlywed couples to 6-year-old kids. But each demographic plays for a different reason. For instance, some play as reminiscing of childhood days gone by, while others play as something fun to do or some means of community. And some just play as something to do on the board. I think, in addition, we're left to question, is board gaming good for you? I think, in my own opinion and experience, that board gaming can be really fun, hanging out with friends and having a good time. But I also think it helps your cognitive ability as well, and patience. Waiting for your next person to go and thinking about your next turn and what you're going to do with it. In addition, we're left to question, would it do good to engage this new hobby? I encourage you to find a board game cafe near you and check it out, or find an online retailer and see if they have anything on sale. And next time you have an hour or two, play a game with your friends and family. Thank you.